What is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, we're gonna be doing my team awards season 5 power within. So obviously in this video we talk about who the most inconsistent player is. We'll go over the all opal team, talk about the MVP, budget MVP, all those types of things in this video. But before we dive into any of that, guys, if you are new to my channel and haven't not yet, make sure to smash that subscribe button as we are on the road to 90,000 subscribers. So starting it off here with the cheesiest card of season 5 of my team, okay? And we've got 3 different people here. Now, let's just start off with Evan Mobley. A 7-foot shooting guard in early April is absolutely crazy to me. Listen, guys, it's still early April, and we're talking about a 7-foot shooting guard in my team. I don't know about you guys. I think that is just absolutely crazy, but hey, it is what it is. Then we got Luka Doncic, a guy whose release is literally impossible to contest on the court. And, I mean, obviously is maybe the best point guard in the game. So, those 2 things obviously go into it for Luka. But when it comes down to it, definitely say he's the cheesiest card in all of the game. But that's why he's one of these 3 nominees. Last up, Giannis Antetokounmpo. 6'11" shooting guard. Him and Evan Mobley, who's the better card. Obviously, it's Giannis. Evan Mobley's just a little bit taller, but both those cards are absolutely cheese balls. But Luka obviously takes the cake here for being the cheesiest card in all of my team. Next up, we get the defensive player of the season, starting it off headlined by Ben Wallace. You look at Ben Wallace, he's got 15 Hall of Fame badges. Each and every one of those Hall of Fame badges is defensive. That's what I'm saying. He's got 15 total Hall of Famers. All 15 of them are defensive. Great defensive stats, gets great defensive animations, and he can even play shooting guard if you really want him to. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the best defensive center by far in my team. I don't ever shoot threes with Kareem, and I still think he's the best center in the game. That's how good he is on the defensive side of the court. And then Giannis Antetokounmpo. Obviously, we just kind of talked about it already. 6'11" at the shooting guard small forward position. Makes him an absolute cheeseball, especially on the defensive end of the court. When it comes down to the defensive player of the season, I don't know if there's a player in my team that makes more of an impact than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Next up, we're going to talk about the most overrated player in season 5 of my team. Cincinnati's pal. The reason he's overrated is because when his stats and badges came out, everybody's like, oh my gosh, he's going to be the best card in the game. And I was one of the people on that kind of hype train. The problem with Cincinnati lied with the fact that, I mean, guys, he's 6'7", and with not a very large player model. And that was kind of the downfall of Cincinnati. Terry Dischinger, the reason he's overrated because people wanted to, say he was going to be that much better than the Pink Diamond, and he's basically the same card as the Pink Diamond. He's a little bit better, right? Enough to, make a little bit of an impact, but definitely not worth the locked in. And then Danny Ferry. I don't know if everybody is just still on the hype train of last year with Danny Ferry or what the big deal is, but the thing with Danny Ferry that I find is, look, base 98 on quick is okay. It's an okay release. It's not great, it's okay. Danny Ferry, otherwise, is just okay in my team, but people want to say he's like a top 10 card in the game, and he's just not. Maybe top 30, right? You'll probably see him on my top 30 when I rank players, but that is it. Danny Ferry can't be any higher than that. The most underrated card. We're going to talk about 3 cards here who are all very solid. Mopi, massively overrated by nearly everyone in my team. Morris Peterson is one of those cards that I did a gameplay on and I was just stunned, and he was outstanding. Now, obviously, you got to play a ton of triple threat offline to get him, but if you got him, you got a really good shooting guard in the game that nobody talks about. Artist, people like Artist, but they don't really talk about him as being a top 3 big in the game, which he is. I mean, people want to, gas all these cards, gas Kareem. People want to gas Patrick Ewing. Artist is tough in my team. I will say I've never been cooked by Artist, but he's definitely tough in my team. And then obviously Trey Murphy, last but not least. Trey Murphy plays literally like a dark matter, and that's why I believe he's the most underrated. If I wasn't the one to talk about Trey Murphy, I don't know about DBG, but I feel like nobody else does in the cards a top 50 card in the game for 5,000 MT. Trey Murphy, the most underrated card in season 5 of my team. Best token award, and this gets a little more exciting because we got Thurl Bailey this season just added into the game. I also did get Marcus, who I underrated for a large sum of this season, as well as Sean Elliott, who is just okay. But the best token reward, really the only usable one still to this day, is Thorough Bailey. I guess Marcus Gasol is still usable, but he's not on Thorough's level. Thorough is one of the top 20 cards in the game, in my opinion. And look, I redeemed him, and you guys might see me run him tonight. Hey, make sure y'all follow me on Twitch, because y'all might see me run Thorough on Twitch tonight, man. So make sure y'all go check Thorough out. The budget MVP, starting with RJ Barrett. If you watch my No Money Spent Squad series, you know how good I am with RJ Barrett and how good RJ Barrett is in general, right? And how much I truly gas the card. I'm a big fan of RJ Barrett. Sabonis, just a cheesy budget point guard. I mean, he's what makes it easy to run a budget point guard. Him, obviously, Tony is another reason, but Sabonis is absolutely exquisite for the budget MVP. And Trey Murphy, talk about underrated. Let's talk about the budget MVP as well. When it comes down to it, though, gotta lean on RJ Barrett. He's made my No Money Spent Squad account and my No Money Spent Squad team that much better, because I can rely on RJ to always be a bucket getter. Mr. Inconsistent for me, we got 3 power forward centers in my team. Patch Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon, Kevin Garnett. Sorry, Patch Ewing. Some days I think Patrick Ewing's the best power forward in the game. Other days I shoot earlies and lates with the guard. I think what's weird for me is I got to get used to his upper. Jump shot 4 is a really good release. I think the Ewing upper just throws me off a little bit. Hakeem Olajuwon at the start of this season, I thought he was just so mid, so mediocre. But as I've used Hakeem, I'm like, okay, this card is actually elite. And now I think he's a top 10, 15 guard in the game in my personal opinion. KG's kind of the opposite. KG first came out, I was really high on the card. I thought he was literally that good at the power forward position that I played him in 250, and then his blocks kept getting, his dunks kept getting blocked, his release was just baited, and I kind of fell out of love with him. Mr. Inconsistent's got to be Hakeem Olajuwon, for how low I was on him at the start of the season to how high I am on him right now. Next up, best Evo, and this is a good reward this season because we get a lot of Evos, but this is basically what SIGs got changed in the best, okay? Starting with Zion, right? We obviously saw Zion go from not very good SIGs to base 3 on very quick. We saw Chauncey get base 98 on very quick, and then we saw Rudy Fernandez get massively better as well. Zion's improvement is just unquestionable, though. I mean, if you get base 3 on very quick, how can I argue against you? Big Zion, the winner of the best Evo. MVP of Season 5 of my team. Now, our nominees are here. Luka Doncic, Cedric Maxwell, Zion Williamson. Now, this is for next gen mainly, because if we're talking about current gen, Michael Jordan's got to be on this list. And Michael Jordan's still honorable mention here. But the big thing that you guys need to realize is, with Zion coming out, everybody's super high on Zion. Cedric, everybody's super high on Cedric in general. I like Luka a little bit more than Michael Jordan. But it's one of those things that if we're talking about next gen specifically, Luka's gotta be our MVP. He's gotta be. It's really, I mean, really when it comes down to it, I wanted each position to get kind of a say in this. Obviously, you don't get center, but you got a power forward, you got a small forward shooting guard, and then Luka. Obviously, I like Luka on next gen just a little bit more than MJ. That's why he's our MVP of Season 5. All Ruby team, we got Arvydas Sabonis at the 1, an absolute cheeseball. Got some moments cards because we don't get many Ruby cards in general anymore. So we got Jetty Osman as well as Herb Jones. 1 at the 4 with big Jalen Stick Smith at the 5. Again, it's hard because we really don't get that many good Ruby players in my team anymore. Amy team, hey, we got 2 point guards on this squad with Isaac Bonga as well as Tony Kukoc. Jarrett Culver, massively underrated card there at the 3. Trey Murphy at the 4. With JaVale McGee, a guy I feel like a lot of people again are sleeping on at that center position. Next to the All Diamond team, where Rudy Fernandez highlights it at that point guard position. Lance at the 2, Mobley at the 3. Penny Hardaway, an interesting guy to run at the 4 with Bobo at the 5. Again, this is really interesting because you might think, okay, Ty, why are you running Penny at the 4? Well, we got Mobley to guard the opponent's power forward so we can get a little gritty with it. All pink diamond team here, starting with Chauncey Billups at the point guard position, RJ at the 2, Big Ben Wallace at the 3, Danny Ferry at the 4 with Eddie Curry at the 5. All 5 of these guys made my top 100 list, and all 5 of them are featured on the all pink diamond team. Next to the all opal team, this is where it really gets tough because there are a lot of good point guards in general. Cade at the 1, Scotty at the 2, Rudy at the 3, D-Rob at the 4 with Hakeem at the 5. This all opal team is 1. I'm pretty sure each and every one of these players were top 20 players on my top 100 list. All opal team, absolutely elite. Then the all dark matter team. Again, it's hard. I want to clarify with you guys. it is super hard right now in my team because, guys, whether you like Luka or whether you like Michael Jordan, it's really preference. You could have Michael Jordan on this in this say, and I wouldn't have a problem with it. But I'm going Luka at the 1, Seti Maxwell at the 2, with Giannis at the 3, Zion at the 4. You could plug Patrick Ewing in there, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. With Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the 5. Again, if you guys are like no MJ in the MVP or all dark matter, it's one of those things, guys. If I like Luka more than MJ on next gen, on current gen, it would be Luka or MJ in here instead of Luka. Same thing for the MVP. So this is mainly a next gen thing, but Luka is or MJ is good on next gen too. So maybe he should have been in the conversation. But I just like Luka that little bit more. That is why you guys do see him here. So that is it for our award ceremony for season 5 of my team. I want to know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.